Hello, I'm Cathy King. Watch us next on TSN.
Downtown Regina on a beautiful, clear prairie day here for the Canadian Curling Trials. When she first broke on the national scene, she became known as Snow White in a slider. Then Cathy Borst, now Cathy King. This former Canadian champion hopes to be the queen of curling. She started her curling career in the East. Heather Fowlie, former Nova Scotia champion, but now calls Calgary her home. And you know what? She loves the game. Hi everybody, welcome back to Regina and TSN's continuing coverage of these Canadian curling trials, and welcome to Trico Farms, one of Saskatchewan's largest growers of poinsettias. They grow about 11,000 poinsettias every year for the Saskatchewan market, and they start at the end of July, and they're ready for this time of year, of course, when the demand is highest. And they boast that Saskatchewan has the best poinsettias in the country. And the reason? Well, it's the sunshine. Saskatchewan receives more sunshine than any other province. Coming up, it is draw 6 for the women. As now it's getting interesting, we're starting to see some separation, and those who are in contention must stay up among the leaders, because remember, we only have 3 teams making the playoffs. And with more at the Agrodome, and I'll be back there shortly, 1,158, let's join Lyndon Ray.
Well, Vic, that looks so pretty, just like a Christmas card. And since my friends aren't going to get Christmas cards this year because I'm here in Regina, Merry Christmas to everyone.
We're sending cards from our house.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. We're in the thick of a great race here, and we have 2 exciting teams, especially, first of all, I'd like to talk about Heather Fowlie because she is a fiery and animated player. Remember back to the Scott Tournament of Hearts, Heather Rankin, she played great. She is the top skip here, 83%, but she puts rocks in play, and you can get burned, and she has had 5 ends stolen against her. Yesterday against Colleen Jones, she had to save twice. Now her third is struggling a bit. That could be a problem. Let's look at her opponent, Cathy King. In the 97 trials, she was storming out of the gate, out-curling all the skips. Not so here. And Ray, her third is really struggling.
Well, how many times have we said over the years we've been together, Linda, that the game is in the head? All these athletes have great mechanics. Now, there's no question Cathy King is struggling, where Heather is making everything. But the reason it starts to multiply, and it rolls like the big snowball. She lost a little confidence early in the year. It started the JVC Classic in Winnipeg when she was trying to qualify for the skin. She missed a draw to win a game, a key game to go into the final. And then that kind of multiplies a little bit. Yes, she's struggling. But when you struggle, anybody struggles, you need the big help. And she's not getting it from the third, Lonnie McDonald. So if Lonnie can step up to the plate and make some shots and take a little pressure off of Cathy, this should be a terrific game because Heather is curling up a storm.
So it is King, Fowlie, Cathy, Heather, and that is our featured game here in the 6th draw of women's play from Regina.
The 2001 Canadian Curling Trials on TSN are brought to you by the all-new 2002 Toyota RAV4. You belong outside.
So at the top of the table, heading into the 6th draw, we have Anderson and Law at 4-1, and then a big bunch, 4 at 3-2, Fowlie, Jones, Badon, Ridgway. And on the bottom half of the ledger, it's Fraser, King, Holland, and Marie-France LaRouche. still looking for her first win, 0-5, coming into this 6th draw here at the Agrodome on a Tuesday afternoon. Clear and cold outside. Nice and warm in here. 5 sheets in play as per normal. And here are all the games on the ice. Holland must win against Law, you would think. 5 would be too many. Ridgeway trying to bounce back after a loss last night to Anderson. Fraser again in a must win, you would think. 3 and 4 would be the bubble. 3 losses for King against Fowlie and are featured. Sherry Anderson trying to stay among the leader against the so far winless Marie-France LaRouche. And then Colleen Jones against Sherry Madad, 2 teams at 3 and 2. And our featured game is right in the middle of all the action, sheet C. And to read the ice for you, here's Ray.
Well, Victor, Linda, when it's this good, it's easy to read and it's easy for me to do my job. Around that center guard, 4 to 4.5, and it hasn't changed all week. Around the corner guard, once again, 4 to 4.5, maybe a little more as we get to the 5th, 6th, 7th end. From the outside in, this shot will hold and break about 3, maybe 3.5. Now this ice is very weight sensitive, and so you have to be careful when brushing. For example, when the stone is released quickly like that, you got to be careful you don't jump it too fast because it will straighten up a bit. You have to watch the 4-foot lines. They'll break bigger when they get inside and they'll hold when they're outside it. But this is a wonderful surface. Watch that brushing.
And from the Otwell Curling Club in Edmonton, it's Kate Horn, Brenda Bomer, Lonnie McDonald, and Cathy King. And out of the Calgary Curling Club and Glencoe Training Center in Calgary, Denise Martin, Bronwyn Saunders, Carolyn Derbyshire, and Heather Fowlie. And it will be King playing red stones with the hammer, Fowlie with the yellow. And so to get us going, here is the Fowlie lead, Denise Martin.
Okay, Ray, let me get this straight. When Hans Vutrick makes great ice, your job's very easy. So you take a little cut and pay, do you?
I do.
Yeah. Take a look.
But I'm going to spend it this year on Christmas cards.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Victor, did you talk to Guy Himmons at all about those point setters? Of course, that's Guy's background. I would have thought that you would have had something to say to him about all those.
No, I didn't get a chance to see him. I'll ask him. He'd be impressed by that Trico Farms. It's a spectacular thing. They start those off in the end of August or end of July, little cuttings, and then they just hopefully watch them grow. They've done a good job, obviously.
As long as they're not overwatered.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about this Heather Fowlie's front end. You know, they're young and they're new to the scene really a little bit, and the replacement on the team, but look at their numbers.
Yeah, they really have been playing very well. 2 of the top players at the lead and second position, and you have to give them full credit because Heather does often call a complicated game.
Exactly.
And even on the front end, that means lots of front stones, come arounds, tap backs, and they've been making them.
Yep, normal. Clean.
First stone into the rings, and it's a hit game.
Right up. Clean, that's good. Good throw.
We're going to see an up and down end, but we do know, as Ray has told us, that the ice is great, thanks to the ice makers, because they're also giving us great ice times, and the players love it. Between the hog lines, hits are about 9 seconds, hack weight 11, draw 14 to 14.5, and guard 16 plus. The draw does change a little bit during the game, and it's a little bit keener in spot, so you do have to watch it. You'll be hearing some of the sweepers as well talk to us about the brushing speeds. And that does give us the interval times in the back line to hog is that first interval for the brushers, and it's 3.75. That gives us the other times for the full distance down the sheet.
Clean. Yeah. Clean. Yep. Drop runner. Good.
Brahman is among the tops of the seconds. She's at 84%, and she's second on the list, so she's having a terrific event.
Brenda Bomer.
Control. Control.
This team has brought us a lot of pleasure over the years, Vic. Cathy is one of those really nice people, and we've watched them for years as they played in the Scots and won the Canadian. So she's disappointed, obviously, in her showing so far, and would love to get it going. She's still in the hunt. But this is a must game, as you've already mentioned.
Yeah, I would think, and I guess the general consensus has been, if you wind up at 4 losses, that might get you a tiebreaker. Certainly no more than that. It would, you know, take those kind of events that total collapse by several teams. Do you want one team, Linda, to maybe pull away? Would you mind 1 or 2, or how do you look at when you only have 3 going to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's a great question, Vic. I think when you're sitting at 3 losses, you don't mind the one team just racing away, knowing that they're going to get the bye to the final, because you're probably in a position where you're playing for that 3rd spot. So if they can keep knocking off the other teams and then you win the rest, you're in a pretty great position.
Yep, roll it.
Wide open end. Rock in, rock out.
That's it.
That's 9-8.
So time for Heather to whistle a little tune. Karen is a tucker, throws from a tuck delivery. She's originally from Manitoba. You see the heel high on the thigh.
Yep.
Low to the ice surface.
Clean.
And as we would expect, or at least have seen in the past, her hit percentage is higher than her draw percentage. Very accurate on the hits. Don't leave her a big hit and roll.
Right over, Brenner. Right over.
Like that.
Good.
I would think that Heather won't play up and down the ice like this very long, Vic. She'll force the game a bit to Cathy.
Remember, Cathy King, playing the Redstones, does have the hammer here in this first end.
Control. Clear. Clean. Yep. Hard. Hard. Roll it. Roll it.
The women just playing their 1 game today, and they'll play 2 tomorrow and 1 on Thursday, the final day of round robin play.
And Vic, that often means the timing of your wins and losses is so important. If you lose a game in the morning and happen to come out a little flat at night, it can be so costly. On the games when you're only playing 1 game and you're still in the hunt as far as it goes, as far as the record goes, it's not so critical about a loss. You can regroup a little more easily. It's the timing of when you play people and how you come out of the hack. It's just, the whole week is so hard to analyze sometimes because of that.
Our first update for you will go to the game between Holland and Law, with Kelly Law at 4-1 having the hammer, playing the Yellowstones. Final stone for Amber Holland, who makes the double to sit 1 for sure, the edge of the... Now maybe not. Let's have a look. You think it's yellow because, yeah, they're going to play the draw into the middle, so it'll be a draw for 2 for Law with her final stone.
I noticed that you're a little more sensitive in making those calls, you see, since we jumped on you so yesterday. Yeah, this is a draw for 2 in that game.
Holland is 1-4, Law 4-1, and there you see it as Julie Skinner holds the brush for her skip Kelly Law, the 2000 Canadian and world champion.
Normal, guys. I mean, just in case. Frosty.
The difference, the contrast in the 2 games is that Kelly Law with the hammer ignored a stone that was thrown to the top of the forefoot and threw up a corner guard, and that's how she generated this extra point if they should get it. Where Cathy King, who had the last rock in our game, decided to hit the rock that was thrown into the rings and play up and down the sheet.
Yeah, guys, right up. Hurry, hurry.
Playing skip stones in our featured game. Wheatcroft and Nelson. And they miss the opportunity as they come up light.
Good one.
And so Law,
Good. Wait about.
light with her last one, has to settle for 1. And Holland will have the hammer in the second.
It's normal weight.
A nice takeout by Heather Fowlie on the very edge of the 12-foot in this game. Cathy King will go after it. I think one of the surprising things as we see her overall numbers is that one game Cathy King had a takeout in which she could have won a game, and her release was just not what we see. Look at that hand, that beautiful handshake release. It's just not been there for every takeout that she's thrown, and that's where you see a little bit of the lack of confidence.
No. Okay.
Same as practice, bud. Same as practice? Right on the lid. Let's make it good.
Live to the game between Jones and Madaw. Final stone, Colleen Jones. She has the hammer, reigning Canadian world champion. And this appears to be a hit for one, maybe two. I'll say two. You guys agree before I say it's officially two?
I think it was two.
Okay. So Jones with the hammer with an early lead, 2-0 on Sherry Madaw. Jones 3-2, Madaw also 3-2.
T-line.
Good end, you
Not that I'm
guys.
sensitive or anything.
Looks good, guys.
Well, it's tough
Take a
when
look.
they're all around the edge of the
Line.
rings, Vic. You know, they could bring them a little closer to the middle. We
Yeah.
might see a little better.
You know, sometimes in those kind of cases, you're better not to say anything.
Good work, guys.
As we notice you usually do. Very wise, Ray.
Good.
Comes with age, Linda. About most things.
Nice chance for Heather to get a feel for draw weight. Leaves a blank attempt for Cathy King right near the middle of the house.
Okay, Peel.
Final stone in a wide open first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right out of her hand. Cathy King looking for the blank against Heather Fowler.
Right up. Right up.
Horn and Bomer.
Hard, Kate. Right over.
Roll
Okay,
it out
that's fine.
and can't, and we'll leave it hanging on the edge of the
Nice.
8. And so King forced to take one here in the first. It's the 6th draw of women's play here at the Canadian Curling Trials.
2.5 minutes, guys, so take some time.
Early in this 6th draw, here are all the scores. We showed you Law taking one after she had a draw for 2 and came up short. Fraser scores 1 with the hammer against Ridgway. Our featured game, King couldn't blank. Anderson scores 1 with the hammer against LaRouche. And Jones scores 2 with the hammer against Madaw. Here at the Agridome, as we move to the 2nd, and Heather Fowlie playing Yellowstones has the hammer. First stone in
Got
from
85.
King. That's the one you see top 8. Corner goes up from Fowlie. This is the 2nd of the lead stones for King's lead, Kate Horn.
Well, Heather got what she wanted, Linda. Cathy didn't roll out, so Heather got the last rock for this 2nd end, and that means some offense, and she likes to play with lots of rocks in play. As Vic already mentioned, first one in the
Great shot,
rings,
Kate.
corner guard, then the come around by Cathy King to try and take that corner guard away from Heather Fowlie.
And part of that decision was also the placement of the first stone in the house, which was off center line a little bit. That's the one that you see Heather standing next to. They're going to play the hit and roll.
Denise Martin. I'm not sure if we had broken for a commercial already, but
Normal. Yep.
you could hear, or we could hear, Linda Fowlie go to her team and say, that's it. That was a good start. Now let's just play to our game plan. So they've obviously come out here with an idea in mind and an approach to the game.
And which is exactly what we tell everybody to do, and they obviously wanted to try and get the hammer back and then become more aggressive, and what a nice roll.
Back 8. If you get the front, that's okay. Hit the front, that's all right.
Weight's good.
Kate Horn, Brenda Bomer, and Cathy King were all on that 98 Scott Tournament of Hearts winning team. Big brush by Horn now, and McDonald sneak it by Knowles.
Shoot.
I know Cathy had broomed that tight because she didn't want the rock to go by everything, but they just touched the front guard.
Yeah, sure, it's good.
Bronwyn Saunders throws the second stone for this Fowlie team from Calgary.
In-turn come around to the 12-foot.
Bump it a little.
You don't want to set a bad angle up here now.
Yep. Angle. Keep the angle, guys. Come on. Yep. That's fine. It's good.
Should get both.
Has she?
Yeah, it's not a great angle.
You can see what can happen here now. Cathy can hit this stone here, drive it into this situation. That will go.
Okay.
Try and roll the shooter over into there someplace.
Wait, does she want? Okay.
You can get rid of both of the yellow stones here.
While Brenda Bomer throws, we're waiting for the final stone from Michelle Ridgway, playing the red stones. Line 1, you can see it just behind Laurie Kaler there, sitting in the 8-foot, so this is a draw for 2.
Nice kid. Just for wet. Take a look.
And Fowlie continues to lie 1.
Can't move it much here for the backing. You do have backing though.
For 2, Ridgway with the lead over Sherry Fraser.
I was surprised at the weight that they played on that, Linda, on Cathy King played on that shot. They played that with just over hack weight, like light board weight. You got to play that with a little more weight.
Otherwise, you could have maybe driven it straight back and at least ended up with one of your rocks in the rings and squirted the other one further. This time it left the yellow in behind the guard, trying to get this one by.
Whoa, great shot. Whoa.
Very nice shot.
Bronwyn Saunders buries it. T-line, 8-foot to lie 2.
80. We got 85 years. Yeah, we're gonna freeze on it. Okay. Chalk pause.
Right in that position.
And Ray, this is when you need your third to come up big. This is what your opening comments were about. Lonnie can take a lot of pressure off Cathy by making this shot.
Line's good.
Yeah. How's the weight? Yeah. Higher.
Horn and Bomer are 2 of the best when it comes to brushing. They're going to have to show it here. Here comes King. Drag it a little farther. Little more. Take it right down to the corner of it. No, she'll come up light, and still Fowlie lying 2.
Well, the picture tells the story. And that was an opportunity, as Linda pointed out, to kind of get the pressure off the skipper.
Yeah.
And she comes up a little bit light, another 3 feet of weight or 4 feet of weight. She's in good shape.
Right up.
We could go here. Nah, I think you gotta go.
Could go here was the comment. Spread them out. But she's going to play here, I believe.
Is that the safer of the 2 2 moves.
Well, you're looking at the situation. The redstone could be just tapped back. They could take the end away from Heather. She's got herself in a position now. She's got last rock. She's lying 2. So this is a good call.
Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Whoa, 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 whoa!
You could go to the edge of the 4 foot on the other side.
If you're doing this, you are allowing your opponent to
shot.
play around everything now and still try to draw into shot rock position.
What? What was my kick?
What Linda is mentioning, she can now come in here, Cathy, try and get herself, just tuck yourself right in this position right here.
So you need a little more?
Just behind this stone a bit. And then if you do that, that's the problem with playing that as opposed to maybe going to the other side. Once again, the third has to make the shot here, make a big shot for the skipper, keep the pressure off her if possible, get themselves out of this situation.
Lots of room. Whoa, if you can, we're wide open.
Lonnie McDonald,
Mine's
the
getting
former
better, right
Canadian
back.
mixed champion with Kevin Cooey a couple of years ago.
Hard. Right back. A little further.
They brushed that all the way. Great look on the rock clock. We told you 14.5 at most for draw. It has to be closer to 14. That was closer to the guard end of the weight. And they brushed that as hard as they could, and it just got a bite of the 8.
Sensational line, Linda. They just have to have the, the 4 foot weight, and it's going to duck in there. It's going to be perfect, but nose hit is what Heather's looking for right here. Carolyn, and she is a hitter.
Yep. Whoa! Normal. Stay with it. Yep. Whoa! Yeah! Whoa!
Right on the nose and
shot,
sit
Carolyn.
there. And there it goes as Fowlie continues to lie 2.
Good call, guys. Good call.
Very nice throw.
You got enough of this yellow one to make a double here?
No. They only got this much.
Just looking at the game between Jones and Madaw after Jones had scored 2 in the
No
first.
way that we're gonna hit this onto this.
You can see Jones is lying 1 buried top 8,
Like
and
where
this
this
is
will
the
pop
final
forward at
stone
all?
for the reigning Canadian world champion. Colleen Jones and her team from the Mayflower
1-2 right now.
Curling Club. Marianne Way on the right, Kim Kelly on the left. Nancy Delahunt looking for the roll as well. Did they roll it behind that corner? Looks like they may have.
You can try that if you want.
And now Sherry Madaw will face 2 with her last.
Right
The
here.
one thing you don't want to leave Colleen Jones is that
That's
out
not
turn
that
hit.
easy
Isn't that
either.
right, Linda?
You betcha.
She'll choose that every. And
Certainly
boy, is
lose
she
her.
ever playing well this week herself. I mean, the whole team is. So, and I've noticed a few times that we've had a chance to watch them, Linda, that there are a lot more rocks in
What
play
if I threw back here and
than
came
she
this
normally
way?
likes.
That's right.
And we'll go back, of course, when Sherry Madaw has decided how she'll play it with her last one.
Well, you heard the discussion.
Okay, I'm trying to tick the side over.
This
Normal
one
weight.
right here.
Touch less.
Is she playing the yellow or her
No,
own?
she's playing her own, the red one. Sorry, you're right.
This is a tough angle. Look at that. Just a tiny little piece of the red to move it over.
Skip Stones and Cathy King with her first. Here they go. Horn, Bomer trying to save it, trying to get it by, angle it over. No, they'll drive it by.
That was a very steep angle.
To play the bump.
It was a tough shot, but it was probably the only one she had, other than the wide in-turn draw, I guess.
And the decision has been made for Sherry Madaw. It looks
So
like it's
4.5?
a straight draw through the hole, trying to catch a piece of the 4 foot.
I had Bronwyn there for this draw.
Facing 2. Both these teams, Jones and Madaw, 3 wins, 2 losses coming into this 6th round.
And this is what I call a save when the skip has gone for it with the hammer and things haven't worked. You have to make the draw to save the end.
Andrea Laws on the left, closest to the stone. Sherry Cordina have to get it through the hole to start. And they won't, and it'll be a steal of 2 for Jones in the second, and a 4-0 lead.
Guard late.
Yes.
What? We had here.
I can't be wide open though, eh? I think I need last Caroline. It's not curling there.
There?
You guys like this? I could hit the rock she just threw, but I think this is the call. I mean, she's got to be throwing that against 3. She's a, yeah, it's been running here though. Where did I give you for the 4-foot draw?
Yeah, right there.
Well, I can't be wide open, eh?
You had me in exactly the position.
I need less. I mean, it's staying a little straight there, so. Just full 8, guys. Full 8.
Just full 8 right there.
Well, the 2 shots that her opponent has, remember
I
that
just put
Heather
it on the
Fowlie
pin,
has last
eh?
draw. Cathy King with 1 left
I'll take a
is either
little
that
off,
same
actually. I don't wanna
draw
be that
or
deep.
playing off the red stone that she left a moment ago. Cathy King trying to tick in has left a red stone just over on the side of the 12-foot. So Heather was deciding between the 2 and feels that that other shot,
for long.
if this one is
Room's
in
good,
there, is a
line's good.
tough one against 3, and that's the pressure of putting the 3rd stone in. That's what Heather's going with here.
Room. Close. Yep. Hurry. Hard. Hurry.
Martin
hurry,
and
hurry,
Saunders.
Hurry. Hurry.
Can they sneak it by?
Whoa. Okay, that's good.
Far
a
enough
good
for
shot.
3rd? Doesn't look like it. Still looks just 2.
Okay. That's okay there, Caroline. I gave you the wrong weight call.
Yeah, we need to
Draw weight is so key, and Ray talked about confidence. If you look
You're
at
right.
Cathy King's
Take a look.
numbers,
I think
that's
we might
not
do
what
that
we
right now.
expect. The draw game is her game, and her draw percentage way lower at 71%. Then look at Heather Fowlie, 87% on her draws so far at these curling trials.
Well, and the odd thing about those numbers, Linda, is that the hit percentage for Cathy is low because she's having to play an awful lot of hits. That usually happens when your 3rd is playing not so well for you. You're in a position where you're
this one's not
playing a lot of hits, and her strength is really her quiet
The yellow's
shots.
gonna bounce in?
Yeah, this one here will. Once it hits onto this one, it'll bounce in. That's the only
Or if
problem.
you hit it thin.
It's either that or play off that one.
Well, take a look and see if who you think is their shot.
I'm talking about coming down, hitting this one here, onto this
Oh,
one,
it's close. I don't know.
which
Yeah,
will
it's pretty
push it
close.
onto this one here, and try and sit
Whichever you like, Cathy.
I almost like this one better, coming in off her own.
somewhere in
Turning it,
here.
Okay, and if it's thin, we can hit on it.
Yeah.
You got
The other
forever
option?
to roll to run
Listen
something
to her.
back.
Try and roll it in behind this situation right here.
You got to stick around, Cath.
You threw here in practice, didn't you? No. Okay, normal.
How tough is the ice out here on a shot like this?
Actually, the ice has been terrific on the sides. We've seen no frost at all. Under frost conditions, this would be a tough shot, but this is the center sheet, so it shouldn't be an ice problem.
Final stone for Cathy King, looking for the in-off, her own edge of the 12.
Too thin?
And she'll get nothing. And now,
You can go here.
Yeah. Playing like 2-line weight.
Oh, why don't we take same ice and throw more weight?
Yeah.
But I did rack, eh? So I curled too much. I
You
think
can
a
see
little.
now,
I think
just
we can
listen
go
to
there.
them, but come
I'll
down.
just throw back 4. I'll do it, eh?
Just
Yeah.
touch this stone here into this position here and try and roll your shooter if you
Split's
can
bonus, eh?
over here.
We got ice for split. I'm just throwing no 4-foot weight. You just need to move it an inch, so.
Split would be the bonus, as you heard her say.
Exact same weight? Okay, I gotta hear more ice, so. I'm making this. Okay.
It's early. We just gotta pick it up.
Same weight.
Now, Cathy King knows it's 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Final stone, Heather Fowlie. Derbyshire calling off Martin and Saunders. Little chip and roll for a possible 4. Now they'll go to work on it. Martin Saunders trying to hold the line. Little chip, little roll. Look for the chip. There's the chip, little roll, and not far enough, but they'll get 3.
Shoot. Just need a little more weight. Or we need to switch some.
Heather Fowlie. That's the way to do it.
Good sweeping, guys. Good work.
An update for you, Anderson and LaRouche, as they play in the third 2-1. Marie-France LaRouche from Saint-Paul, Quebec. Victoria Curling Club leading. Final stone for Sherry Anderson as she's facing a couple and playing the hit against 2. Got to hold the shooter here. Good brush to hold the line, and the shooter stops back 4 for the single, and a 2-2 tie through 3 here at the Agrodome. And our featured game, Heather Fowlie out of Calgary scores 3, taking advantage of a King team which just failed to execute very well at times in that second. 3-1, and King has the hammer as we go to the third.
Well, Lonnie Linda had a couple of chances to, to make a couple come arounds. It just came up a little short, take the pressure off of Cathy, but Cathy had a couple of shots at the outside stone, and the last one she just threw it. Looked like she threw it just wide because it just sat right there.
Take a look. Take a look. As a skip, though, the first one that Cathy threw at, that was a very steep angle. And as a skip, you hate to be facing that as an out. You don't mind having to play a tap or a come around. But that kind of steep angle, those are very tough shots. Ice looks a little stickier perhaps to start this draw. We were getting some good rock clocks for you in that first end. And even Heather Fowlie's last chip attempt really came up shorter than the brushers had called out on the way down the ice.
We're to it. We're back. Back 4. Gotta go around.
Got lots of line yet.
Back 4.
We're wide open. We got tons of room.
Well, should we go? Where do you want it?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right.
Trying to look at sit on the face of that, not back there.
Bronwyn Saunders as we play second stones. Here in the third, 3-1, Fowlie.
Carolyn. Good.
We'll all be back with you at 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific. Draw 6 in men's play, and there are no more undefeated teams, as both Bert Gretzinger and Russ Howard lost this morning, and Gretzinger now will try and rebound when he goes against John Morris, the former Canadian and World Junior Champion twice over. Morris was a winner. He's 3-2, so that's our featured game. Morris Gretzinger tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time.
And that was a big win for the young John Morris this morning, Linda, coming off a heartbreaking loss where he was 3 up coming home, giving Howard 4 last night. And that's the kind of thing that you look for in teams, their ability to be able to rebound after a game that you know you should have won that got away from you. So a great sign from a young curler like John Morris to rebound and win that game. So tonight's match should be very, very interesting. Gretzinger has been playing like the great Gretzinger, and he lost this morning, so he's got to be the team to rebound today.
That's good.
It was interesting because Bert lost to Greg McCauley, so that was a BC matchup, and you know that even though Greg McCauley is struggling, when you're from the same province, there's a great deal of pride
Yeah, I
in
think
trying
so.
to
Like
beat
70
a
of
team
Kate's
like
went back.
Gretzinger, who's at the top of the standings.
We
Kate
talked
70
about that a lot
through.
too. You know, I mean, you could be 0-6
Yeah.
out here, and you're playing a game. There's no way you're not giving it full out, because these guys play each other. These teams play each other all year long, and Greg McCauley and his team, his World Championship team, played very, very well this morning. Brian Mickey did not play.
We know that Brian Mickey has been having some knee problems, and
Top tee.
he didn't play very much at all
Perfect curl.
this season, did he, Linda?
No, he really took most of the early part of the fall off, and of course they brought in a great replacement, Darren Fenton, who curled with them at the 98 prior.
One. Go, 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 go. Good shot. Almost all.
Yeah.
And into the third end now. Here are all the scores for you. Look at this. Amber Holland explodes for 3 in the second. Ridgway steals 1 on Fraser to lead there by a couple. That's our featured game, of course. We showed you Anderson's hit and stick for 1. And the steal of 2 by Jones has her in front of Badal 4-0.
Whoa.
Close. Yeah. Yeah. Hurry. Hard. Hurry hard.
All right, terrific brushing again by the front end of this Fowlie team. Martin and Saunders as they snuck it by the corner.
That was great brushing.
One thing you know is
70?
it's going to the wings. Even with takeout weight, it's going to move for you once it gets into that 12-foot area.
No, 70 for you is back 4.
Cathy going to try and freeze to the stone, sitting on the button.
Good line.
Line's good.
Where's it? Hard.
Lonnie
Line's good.
McDonald,
How's the weight? Need help?
Hard. Line's good. Right up,
Homer
right
and
up.
Horn
Hard for
need help.
line.
Yes, they do. Here comes King, and the trio will try and
We're losing line.
put it on the face. It over curls and light.
Same way. I was normal, right?
Just
Jones
a hair
against
left,
Medaws.
ma'am.
They play in the third. As we look at the house, you can see Jones.
Left. Yep.
That stone back edge of the 4.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
That is the shot
Whoa,
stone. So
whoa,
Medaw
whoa.
right now is line
Firm,
1
firm.
with Jones last to come.
As we watch the takeout in the top box, Vic, Sherry Medaw just did some house cleaning, because a moment ago, you're right, it was a Jones stone that was shot rock on this particular sheet. Colleen will try and draw one into the house.
You got the Fernsies today. What? You got the
Kim Kelly on the right, Nancy Delahunt on the left, and
Out of my way, Kim. Out of my way.
Marianne Way on the left.
T,
Nancy
T, T,
Delahunt
don't
is in the house and calling the line. And that draw is now shot stone.
Got more line.
Knee down, but
Whoa. Whoa, no line. No line. Right off. Often.
And once again, a little
The
light
difference in
first
weight
one,
there
a little
again.
heavy second one, Lonnie McDonald.
no, it was more ice.
And we'll get back to Medaw as soon as she's ready to throw. Linda, talk about that a little bit, would you, from a skip's perspective on just how important the thirds play is
No, I'm
in
gonna throw
terms
the
of
weight. I've been throwing.
setting a skip up and making the job easier.
Well, especially when the game plan centers around a patient setup of stones. So lead and seconds
Brad, are you
rocks are
throwing this
set
in
up into a
practice?
position, and then your third
like
is the
that
key
ice?
person to move up a rock,
Normal.
take the pressure off the skip from having to make the game saver, that kind of thing
Lewis!
that Cathy was really facing last in. Really tough shots. Set something into position so you can score 2 when you have the hammer and force the opponent to 1 when you don't. And so far, Lonnie's rocks, I mean, oh, so close. If it had curled a bit, it would have been not so bad. But this kind of situation, Cathy King is in big trouble.
Skip stones here in the third. And this is Heather Fowlie leading 3-1.
Whoa! Whoa, clean! Clean! Clean!
Oh.
Clean!
Yep.
look at the roll, too.
Good, good, good. Good one.
So a decision is made, and Maddaw is ready for her final stone
Yeah, I
as
think if I had my first weight
she
on my
faces
second shot,
one.
no, other way around.
Can she get there, tap it back for a possible 2?
I think she's got enough room to do it, Vic. This is one of those weight shots. She's certainly got enough room. They got to get it by the front one.
It's Cordina and Laws fighting to hold it for the skipper. Hold it. No, they can't. But now the little rub. Will it stop in time? No, it'll slide too far. Plan A didn't work. B was close. But it's Jones who'll get one and lead 5-0 through 3.
Cathy King playing a freeze here against 4.
It's important that her rock doesn't overcurl, because if it overcurls the spot, Heather Fowlie might be able to pick it out and spill rocks, and then, boy, you'd be facing a really tough position of where to draw on your last.
You want it frozen on this side as well, then, so that when she tries to...
Right over, right over, right over. As far as it'll go.
Just a little strong.
No, but what you get? That's my first draw.
Geez, I might want to roll out and make her draw. She's going to draw anyway, isn't she?
Yeah. Just flop over this way a
Nah,
little
I don't want to play around with this back one. Just there.
bit. Okay.
I'll throw my normal, right?
Your normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So run right down here, eh?
Yeah.
Just normal. Take a hair less.
Make it go away. Isn't that what we've heard before, Victor?
And we did show you numbers for Cathy that she was struggling with their draws. So if you do want to make her draw, you could try and roll away from the 4-foot here and just let her, Cathy, have a shot at that 4-foot.
And that's what she said, too. You know, she said, no, let's just...
Feel it, Heather, feel it. Okay.
Well, she's felt it so far with her shots top amongst the skips as far as shooting percentage.
A little wide. Okay, clean. Clean. Clean.
Clean. Roll out of there. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. It's good.
So with her last one, Cathy King will
That
be
corner guard was bigger, right?
How much, eh?
facing 4.
This is why the skips get the big dough.
She's playing the tap back, not the draw, so she's iced herself for just the quiet backline weight. Now we talk about not using backing. If you're going to play this shot, you have to outright say, I'm playing a tap back. I'm not drawing to the rock on the edge of the 4. I'm playing enough weight to push it through, and that's where the ice is.
The reason for that, obviously, is that you've iced yourself for the tap back, so you have to play it.
Clean.
Clean. Get ready.
Yes. Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep.
Homer and Horn.
Right up.
Looks good to me.
Right up. 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 Right up.
Right up.
Good sweeping.
And on the edge of the 4 for a single point. So Cathy King,
Good sweeping, you guys.
facing 4, gets her single. And through 3. Yeah. 3-2 Fowlie. We welcome you back to these Canadian curling trials right through Sunday to determine who will represent Canada at the Salt Lake Winter Olympics, both men's and women's curling teams. As we go to the 4th, 3-2, Heather Fowlie playing the Yellowstones, leading Cathy King, and Fowlie has the hammer here in the 4th.
Well, Cathy wanted that on the center line out in front, and it slipped into the rings.
Back 4, back 8.
This is
Hi, I'm Denise Martin. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I'm an office assistant with Great Events Catering.
But you have to like the call rate from Heather Fowlie. She's got the hammer, and she could, with the 1-point lead, just keep hitting away, but she's playing a tap back. It's not as aggressive as throwing up a guard, but you probably wouldn't do that with the lead. Just looking for the tap back.
Do you take notice? Did you?
Control.
Hi, I'm Kate Horn. I'm from Edmonton. I work for Westland, which is the industrial arm of EMCO Limited.
Did you take notice of other teams and their players if they struggled? For example, if you were Heather, did you in the back of your mind say, maybe we see somebody on that other side not playing well, so we're just going to keep putting it to them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think especially when we get to a position where we see a particular player like a third struggle, you'll say we're going to set it up by seconds rock so that the pressure is on that opposing third to make a tough shot, just not an open draw or an open hit.
Less.
Gotta go! Hurry! Gotta go, guys, come on! Hurry, guys, hard as you can. Where are we?
Just out here last, back four. Go hard, Heath. Okay.
When you see us keep playing like this, then you know that she's very confident in her draw weight, and she's quite prepared to get the rocks in the back of the 8-foot, back of the 4-foot, and hopefully we'll get a jam from something and then try and set up the extra point.
Hello, I'm Brenda Bomer from Balf, Alberta. I own and operate a grain farm, and I grow wheat, barley, and canola.
And she rides motorcycles.
I have a dirt bike myself, you know.
Do you really?
Well, of course.
I didn't realize that. It just seems, I guess that's such a stupid question when I look at you.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Bronwyn Saunders, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I'm a student at the University of Calgary in the Faculty of Management.
And she's managing things pretty well this week, don't you think, Linda?
I do indeed.
Back 12!
Stepping in nicely at the second position.
Clean it. Clean it. Good shot, Brenner. Just roll right out is good. Normal.
Yeah, you were 9:06.
Sneak a quick peek at Anderson LaRouche. Oh boy, Anderson, 1, 2, 3. That's what Marie-France LaRouche faces with her final stone in the 4th of a 2-2 tie. Still winless so far, Marie-France, the 21-year-old skip their team from the Victoria Curling Club in Saint-Foy. Nancy Belanger, Annie LeMay, and Valerie Grenier. They are the reigning Quebec champions, and they qualified for this event by finishing 4th at last year's Scott Toronto Hearts behind Jones Law and Madaw, and it'll be a steal of 1. Anderson leads there 3-2 going to 5.
Another chance to play down to the face, Lou.
4 red rocks in the rings. Heather is not yet concerned because they're all positioned in a spot where the 4-foot is open to her. That caught something. Look, the handle's going the other way.
That definitely picks up.
Bad break.
I would like the out turn here in 80. Can you get top house? That was yours, 83, 80, 75. Okay.
Now imperative that Lonnie keeps this top of the 8 foot.
Hi, my name's Lonnie McDonald from Sherwood Park, Alberta, and I'm a home care nurse for the Capital Health Authority.
Top 12, just tight, top 12.
Fighting 8's good. Fighting 8 foot.
Tight's fine.
Fighting 8. Yep. Hurry. Hard, hard, hard. That's great,
Very
guys.
nice shot.
That's better for Lonnie McDonald. And now, Linda, the stones become a little more troublesome for Fowlie.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Derbyshire. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I'm a mother to Shay, who's 7, and Alexandria, who's 5.5 months.
Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
And Vic, you're absolutely right, and that's why they're taking a run at that front red stone. That's the more dangerous one.
Run it back. Get 2 out of the back. The jam leaves the stone back 8 foot, but again, the 4 is now
3, so just tuck a little piece around.
covered by the
Top
Yellowstone,
8.
which is better for Fowlie.
Top 12's fine. We don't want to be deep here and open. 75? Okay.
It's a nice opportunity for Lonnie once again to get around this stone. Top of the 8, maybe top of the 4. Anything but deep.
Lots around. Lots around. Line's good. Yep. Right here, guys. Hard behind the yellow. Clean. Around the yellow. Yep.
Sit down. Thanks, Bronwyn.
Good shot.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot.
You like that?
What? Yeah? The double?
It's right here.
Okay.
That is one thing when you are going to be aggressive as a skip and you're going to leave opponent stones in play, which we do say is the right thing to do when you have the hammer.
Same weight.
One unfortunate pick like they got this hand does lead you to a little bit of trouble. So they're still going to try and keep that 4 foot open by hitting the rock at the top of the 4.
Whoa, yeah, yeah. Hurry! Hurry! Whoa!
Martin and Saunders.
Whoa!
It's a good brushing front end as well. These 2 young ladies can brush, and they can obviously throw when you look at their percentages.
Edge. Good serves, guys. Good call.
So 2 stones, and she's gotten rid of 4 rocks.
Yeah, really nice shooting. And back to the conversation of how important the third is when you're in a little trouble. House cleaning comes in handy.
This strategy just ain't working.
No, well, Brenner's was a bad. It picked halfway down.
What did pick? Her hair?
I don't know. It just picked something.
You gotta be careful because something was Skinner was saying last night
That yellow one?
they lost like 6 rocks in the points, right?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Cathy King from St. Albert, Alberta, and I'm the mother of 3 wonderful kids, Karsten, Travis, and Kyle.
Line's good. Top 8.
Line's good.
Line's good. You got room, if you can. Oh, well, it's got to finish. Where?
8. 8. It's getting better.
Yep, yep, yep. Tuck a piece. No more than top 4, though. Yep, 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 yep. Little bit, little bit, little bit. Nice shot. Good weight. Good sweeping, you guys.
Scams, right? So it's off the nose?
Yeah, you just have to hit here.
It's just off the nose.
Just off the nose.
Nose is here, right?
Yeah.
Yours was coming.
Yeah, I threw firm. Is
Yeah,
that
I'll
what you're
throw
throwing?
firm, yeah. Okay, guys. No, no, firm. Firm. Yeah. Hi, my name is Heather Fowlie. I live in Calgary, Alberta, but I'm from Nova Scotia. I own my own computer consulting firm called Scotia Consulting.
Oh.
And this is her first stone in the fourth. She has the hammer leading 3-2.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Head. Good.
That wasn't firm, eh, was it?
You were good on the broom. You don't want any less.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I throw less weight.
Okay.
Throw a bit. Yeah, same might as well just throw so you can just bite the 8 foot. Unless you can tuck around it a bit. It's sticky out here, guys.
We can.
Fourth end, Jones Madaw. And you can see that Madaw appears to be lying 1. That's the stone, the yellow stone, top edge of the 4. And this will be her final stone as she looks to score a couple. This is a draw for 2 for Sherry Madaw against Colleen Jones in a game featuring 2 teams, both 3 and 2. Meanwhile, Cathy King and her last. But again, it's the brushing needed by Cordina and Laws. And she just hasn't had the draw weight today as she crashes in front.
That's great. Great shot. Great sweeping.
Mentally, that was so hard to throw. Like if we ever come to the face of ours and bump it back, we give up a steal.
Cathy King with a nice draw to the top of the 8 foot.
Where did that free draw ahead?
We head here for that bump.
Can you believe that comment?
For the split, I should say. So that'll be good.
This guy's score.
Yeah.
Just a bump, guys. Full 4. Full 4. Keep it clean, guys.
So Madaw gets the 1 there. That's confirmed. So 5-1 Jones leading Madaw as they go to the 5th.
All right, guys. Same weight.
Well, the one unfortunate pick in this end has led to this situation. They're trying to tap up their own rock to outcount the 3 red stones.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Yep, yep, hard runner! Hurry, runner, hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Good, good. Oof. Yeah. Let's not do that again. Yeah.
4-2. Fowlie through 4. Nearing the midway point of this women's 6th draw, let's update the scores for you. See Law steals 2 to take the lead there. Ridgway has the hammer in 5 of a 3-3 tie with Fraser. That's our featured game. Anderson steals 1 in 4, leads there over LaRouche. And the young team from Quebec has the hammer, and Madaw misses. A draw for 2, settles for 1. Jones has the hammer, leading 5-1.
Just over and stop. Okay.
Well, I know when we speak and analyze this game, we show the position we used to play in this sport, but as a skip, I really appreciate what happened to Heather Fowlie. She left rocks in play, trying to generate a second point. She had an unfortunate rock catch something, and still, right down to her last, she only focused on making sure she could get 1, and she did it. So full credit to her, and very nice shot.
Yeah, she skipped the end to get the extra point, and that's the part of the game that we love to watch. She did it by tapping rocks back, and it didn't work out. She got an untimely miss, and so it put a little extra pressure on her, Linda. And as you mentioned, she made a terrific shot to tap it back. So, you know, that's indicative of the way she's played all week. If you look at the numbers, she's the #1 skip, and that'll take you a long way.
Good.
Carolyn picks up her drawing a little bit because she's certainly hitting well enough.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's they'll be tough. This is a tough team.
Right, back line.
Back line.
Yep.
Kate Horn.
Soft, if anything.
62, 63.
Yes! Through! Hurry! I'm with you. Lots of weight.
Through, class.
Good, yep. Hurry! Clean. Clean. Yep. That's it.
Great shot.
That is a nice shot. She gets the rocks moved off the button.
Okay, Brenner.
One in front of them.
You like the corner of this?
For me?
Well, this Saturday, December 8th, is Special Olympics Day on TSN. For 24 hours, TSN will be airing Special Olympics features on athletes, games, coaches, and volunteers every hour. The highlight of the day will be a 2-hour live broadcast from 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and will feature Gino Retta, Teresa Cruz, Dave Randorf, and a Special Olympics athlete, Troy Ford King. Special Olympics Day on TSN this Saturday. Fowlie is line 3.
Yeah, 75-80.
Well, just like Heather Fowlie, the last end, Cathy King is trying to generate the extra point, leaving the Yellowstones in play, not panicking. That was a nice takeout, just pushing the Redstone through between the two yellows at the back of the 4. But still some rocks to freeze to and tap back.
Curl. Sit. Curl. Curl and sit. Nice shot.
Okay.
What was that, Kate?
Well, you
Just
know that
normal.
Cathy knows how to play,
To get
that's for
this-
sure.
Whole rock, just normal.
Okay, Brenner.
Yep.
Whoa! Yeah! Yes! Hurry line! Hurry hard! Hurry! Whoa! Whoa! Good. I don't mind this, Brent.
Checking in on the game between Ridgway and Fraser. And this is a hit for 3 for Michelle Ridgway as they play in the 5th of a 3-3 tie. Ridgway and her team from the Cali Club here in Regina. Fraser from the Richmond Curling Club, Richmond, BC. And that's 3. And as they go to the break, Ridgway, who comes in at 3-2 with a 6-3 lead against Fraser, who's 2-3.
Roll it, Kate.
Very nice shot.
Good shot. Nice shot. That was control.
Are they frozen?
In a way for Heather,
Just
it wasn't
nose,
so
take
bad
this
that
one.
some of those yellows are moving around, though. Even with this
Burn,
one,
the
she
way
won't
you've
be
been
so
going.
concerned about losing her own rocks as long as the red one exits the house. Don't want too much for your opponent to be able to freeze to, especially that little pocket that was starting to develop at the back of the 4-foot.
Yep. Whoa!
Carolyn Derbyshire, remember King playing the Redstones, has the hammer here in the 5th.
Hurry! Whoa! Yeah!
Right over, Brenner.
No mistake. Look at the roll.
Look
That's
at
a
that.
nice
Whoa,
shot.
that is a great shot. Great roll. Gets rid of the rock behind the tee line, Linda.
Normal.
Definitely don't leave her a hit. We've already said that. If you're scouting this team, she can make all of those hits.
Yeah! Hard!
Lonnie McDonald. Right out of her hand. Bomer and Horn jump this. Trying to hold the line now for McDonald. Run it back, and they jammed it.
Weight's working, Carolyn.
Okay.
The weight's working.
It does curl here, even if you throw a fairly up weight. This turn where you're playing from the center line side towards the outside, it does go. That's the out turn for Carolyn.
So what she's just saying to Carolyn is you don't have to worry about throwing it up. It will curl a little bit, Vic. And
Good.
Almost rolled it on top
Good calls,
again.
guys.
I should really get the double on the roll.
In a case like that, Linda, do you in fact would you have taken the roll to cover, or do you want the little stagger? Which would be the easier double?
Well, actually, putting them one in front of the other isn't sometimes great, because if they hit dead on, sometimes you can't get rid of their rock. At the moment, Heather's quite content to let Cathy be hitting these and moving them around the house as long as there isn't a pocket setting up.
That's fine.
Oh, we're gonna play this turn. Okay. Easy hit.
the thing about Cathy King, both these skips for that matter, but the thing about Cathy King is she'll give herself a chance to get back in the game. She'll keep playing the game the way the game should be played. You do have to execute, though. You've got to execute.
Okay.
Almost a good roll.
This yours really hurt, eh? There with my normal.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Or do you want me to throw a little more?
They're playing the last two stones on sheet E between Jones and Madaw. 5-1. Jones playing red stones with the hammer. Sherry Madaw missed a draw for 2. It appeared to be an open draw, reasonably open draw. She had to get around a corner guard. Has missed a couple of times with her draws. Now needing this draw, facing 2 with her last one. Once again, Cordina and Laws with Janet Brown calling line.
Hurry, quick! Quick!
And they'll drag it buried back edge of the 4, and that's what Jones will face with her last one, and she has a chance to get 3.
Nice draw, though. That's the best she could do. She got the rock at the top of the 12, which she got fully behind it. That's about all Sherry could do.
What's that? Whoa! Plane, 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 plane. Yep. Plane. It's good.
Sit.
Run back. Okay, let's make the hit and roll.
We're right on top of that one. Oh, the only problem is this. Is it going to jam?
You don't want to go for a deuce with the guard?
Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I like that better.
I like that call better too. There's 2 rolls that are possible here. One is to roll in front of the other rock at the back of the house, but Cathy has decided, and I think rightly so, to roll behind the guard.
Okay, I didn't roll behind that guard there.
And now we go back to the game. Jones Madaw and Colleen Jones, her final stone on its way. A chance for 3 here, and a big 8-1 lead as they go to the break.
Sorry, normal?
Line's great, yeah!
Tim Kelly, now it starts to dive. Kelly is on the right. Marianne Way is on the left.
Line's fine, whoa!
Close.
And she'll settle for her single.
Oh, yeah.
So Jones will lead it going to the break 6-1.
Thanks, Sherry.
A hair here, eh? Cathy just.
I was a little surprised there that she couldn't play more weight at it and tap it back.
Well, you know, it's kind of a percentage thing too. Like, you'd love to tap it back for 3 and get the game over, but the single point's big for you. If you gas it, you give her a steal, you give them life, you know. And yeah, it looked to me like she could have played it just to tap it back, but I'm not so sure that's a big single. You got a 5-point lead, Lou.
That's the call I would have
think?
made. I would have drawn for one every time.
Well, it makes me feel better.
What do you think that ice, Bryn?
I'm going to play for you.
It's a little hard to see right now, isn't it? Yeah, isn't that ice wonderful?
I gladly have you on my team.
Ah, you're no.
Smart.
Is there a division for us?
They have to create that
Nice and
broadcasters
slow.
Bondsbill or something. Or the direct buy to the skins would be nice.
That would be nice.
Open shot for Heather. Cathy didn't get the roll.
Okay. Yep.
Hurry! Clean!
Whoa. Yep.
Hurry!
Yep.
Hurry! Clean! Whoa!
And the roll.
Whoa!
And it'll peek just out the other side. There's a corner guard covering the 8-foot.
Comes back to our comment, though. It was obvious they wanted Cathy to draw.
Getting a look at the house on sheet A. Amber Holland playing the red stones. Seems to have a chance if she can get across the face here. Maybe a quiet tap back. Might get a deuce here. She's down 4-3 to Kelly Law. Final stone on its way in 5. Good brush by Patty Bell. Karen Purdy get across the face, move it far enough. Did she grab a piece? Enough. One for sure. They'll have a look. And it is just one red for Holland, and that'll tie it 4-4 as they go to the break.
Very nice try by Amber, though. Not a lot of room to squeeze another rock into that button, and she gave it a really good effort. And Cathy here needs to hit 8-foot. Has to be in full 8-foot. I think that one went too far.
One yellow?
And I think you're right.
Yeah, one yellow.
One yellow?
Missed opportunities. Execution failing Cathy King. She'll trail 5-2 as they go to the break.
Hi, I'm John Morris. Watch us tonight on TSN.
And we will when Morris plays Bert Gretzinger. Gretzinger and Howard going into this morning's 5th draw. Undefeated, but they both lost. And look at how it's tightened up now. So you've got 2 at the top, and then you've got 4 at 2 losses. And then on the downside of the table, there's Burtnick, who's come alive. Macaulay wins. Madaw continues to struggle, and Kevin Park. So we're back with you at 7:30 Eastern Time when John Morris plays the great Gretzinger. Welcome back to the Agrodome on this Tuesday afternoon for Draw 6 in women's play of these Canadian curling trials. Steal of 1 for Heather Fowlie in 5 means she leads 5-2 as we get set to resume play in the 6th after the break. And Cathy King playing the red stones.
No.
Will
oranges.
have the hammer. So through those first 5 for you, Linda, what's been the difference?
It's just been a very impressive performance by Heather Fowlie. They got into trouble one of the ends. She made the one save that they may need for this game, and otherwise the numbers tell a huge story for the first 5 ends.
And she's getting it from everywhere, right through the whole lineup, Linda. So it is very impressive. This Calgary Curling Club team is looking very, very impressive. And they seem confident, don't they? They look
very confident and comfortable out there. This is the part of the week where you kind of get into a flow and get some rhythm to your game, and they just look so comfortable.
Good.
Hey, girls. Okay.
Kate Horn, whose husband
88.
Daryl is the coach of this team and has been for many years.
A very steady player at the lead position.
Coming down, isn't it? Right here. Hard. Hurry, 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 hurry.
It's probably curling like crazy at the end.
Okay. Same weight.
Yeah.
Same.
Line's good. More curl.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're sliding here. Great work, Danny.
Heather's getting everything she's asked for, Linda. Every time she asks for a rock in a certain spot, she's getting it perfectly. And
Actually, and that means that you force your opponent to make some very good shots, and Cathy King's team off and on through the first 5 ends have just not made those. Kate's being asked for a little tap back, trying to get some roll, push the rock back.
55.
Whoa for line. Right off line. Right through. Right through.
Hit and roll, hit and roll.
Right off.
Roll.
Yep.
Good shot.
That's it. Yep, normal.
Kate was successful in moving that rock back, and it's actually in a good spot at the back of the house. The rock rolled a tiny bit too far. Bronwyn can chip this one out.
Bronwyn Saunders, and it's Derbyshire and Martin now. With the brush, trying to hold it, and they
Sweeping, guys.
get away with the jam.
excuse me, it was great sweeping because she definitely threw it inside. You could hear Heather's comment right out of her hand, hurry, hurry, hurry. So she got it started a little bit, and the brushes held it. And that was one of the comments we made earlier in the reading the ice segment, that you can hold them. It's great brushing ice. If they're turned in like that, you have to catch them right away, but you have to be careful when you throw it up at the stick sometimes. If you jump on them too quickly, you'll almost straighten them out.
Now you can see the picture that Cathy King is trying to paint for us here. Move the yellows around, get them spread out, get them back behind the tee line if possible. And now we can use our corner guard that we put up earlier.
Now, back four, back T-line, T-line.
Let's see, can I switch to curl?
Hurry. Hard.
Nice weight. Yeah.
Just didn't break for her. Didn't get behind the corner guard quite as much as she'd like.
Normal.
Sixth end, Anderson LaRouche, and it's LaRouche line 2 in the 4-foot, and it's the final stone for Sherry Anderson. Anderson and her team from the Delisle, Saskatchewan Curling Club, coming in with a record of 4-1, tied for first place with Kelly Law. Sandra Mulroney, Donna Gignac, the front end. And the hit, and she'll get a little bit, enough of an inside roll to get her single in a 4-3 lead.
Yeah. 55 is what you were. 60.
Well, with that, Cathy King stone Brenda's shot on the last attempt, trying to come around, not burying. That meant that the rock could be removed. And what a nice shot. Just got by the guard and moved it out.
Wow.
Whoa, whoa.
You ever seen numbers like that, 98%? Moosey?
Those are great. Not when I was playing.
Did you ever see them in school?
Yeah. Good.
Got them in music once.
Yeah. That triangle was tough to play.
Played the symbol, yeah.
Hey, too fast.
Oh, they're great numbers, and that's the kind of shot she's making. It looks fairly open, that kind of takeout, but if she'd mishit it a little bit, she would have jammed it on the back one. It's just perfect.
Tack.
And Vic, there's the comparison that we talk about. Not only are we seeing Carolyn put on a great performance, but it's making it so tough for Lonnie. And right now, Carolyn is a big plus in that matchup.
And here we go again with Horn and Bomer trying to hold it.
Okay, good weight.
And they do manage to avoid the jam. So as a skip then,
Yeah.
if you're the opposing skip and you take note of a struggling player on the other team, if that player is on your team and you're the skip, do you change the way you call the game because of it?
Yes.
Or do you change the player?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do, Vic. You make some changes into the kinds of calls, maybe even the kinds of weights if they're struggling with a particular weight.
Yep. Hurry. Hurry.
Looking live at the game between Jones and Madaw as they play the six. Jones leading 6-1, and Sherry Madaw is going to draw against 3. 1 top 12 center line, 2 back 8.
But we haven't seen a lot of this game, and in fairness to Sherry in this particular game, nothing is working. They're just jamming everything, and they're not. And on top of it, Kim Kelly and Colleen Jones and Nancy Delahunt and Marianne Way have just been playing fantastic.
Sit in time. Oh, and that little bit of rub is enough, and that's the one. So facing 3, Madaw gets her single and 6, 6-2. Jones has the hammer back.
That's okay. Freeze it. Come on.
Lonnie McDonald now has an opening since Carolyn's rock rolled away, and she took that opening and made a nice shot.
No. Draw. Yep. There. Okay. Get it on top of that, guys. Same. Okay.
Right down on top.
Can I take a hair last, or is that good? That's good. Line, no handle, guys. There's no handle yet.
Great numbers from Heather so far in this game. Well, not that it lacked a little rotation. That means it could curl a bit more.
Trying to sneak it by the corner guard. Oh, they do again.
It's an over curl, though.
Whoa. Okay,
It does. So it's still King with the hammer in 6 and lying 1, edge of the
Front T line there.
4 foot.
There's no handle.
No handle.
What'd you throw?
You threw it great.
70.
With a little, I was.
Rotated it once.
Okay.
Shoot,
Just keep this in front of the T line. Is it your 70?
And although she's been facing some very tough shots, Heather Fowlie has definitely had the advantage at the skip position. You can can tell by those numbers.
Top 4.
That would have been one of your numbers, I guess, Vic.
Yes.
Oh.
In lots of things.
No. No, here. Shorter's fine. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're second. I just knows it, don't I? Board weight?
Board weight.
Board weight and get them both. It's not Cathy's day, it seems.
I forgot about that.
Get it
I
absolutely
think just
wrong.
Board weight. Get
Brenner.
across it.
Brenner.
Yo, babes! Okay, just
Cathy's been talking about her stone a little bit, the running of it, and one faster than another, so.
yeah, but I mean, I should be able to get to that, and I should be able to hear, and then roll the shooter here, and we should sit 4. Shouldn't we?
With boards, you might get it just back here, so where your burn is.
There's what she's looking
Well, if
at.
you want me to draw, I'll draw. I don't think I can get shot out of it. I think I have to throw.
Mine came in.
I think board, it'll go. I mean, mine just
Yeah.
curled a ton.
Yeah, because mine went.
Well, I'm
Board
thinking
weight?
board and just smash this out of here.
You don't even need to. You can even throw half, but whatever you feel comfortable throwing it. I mean, you know
Board.
it's gonna finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You like hack or board?
Board's good.
Either. I'm fine with either. Yeah,
Board?
my gut's board.
Okay. Okay.
There.
Okay.
You heard the discussion, just deciding on the weight.
I think you could sit on top of it with draw weight or even play a little tap and still stay in front of that rock and force Cathy to make a good shot for a single. But they've decided to play the extra
Just
weight.
board, guys. Yes, yes! Yeah.
Well, you could hear Heather right out of her hand calling. So Martin and Saunders now, and here's the big push as it dives towards that corner. Get it by one more time, they do. Big weight cross the face, angle it back, move it far enough, and they're lying 1, 2, 3 for sure.
Great, sweeping.
Well,
I
stand
need a
back,
board.
folks, because this
I need
lady
to throw.
is hot.
Great
She's
weight.
making
I
everything.
knew that's the weight I wanted to throw.
Yeah.
What's it before?
Yeah.
Excellent.
3 for sure.
Good
Great
teamwork,
sweeping.
guys.
She
Good
commented
team, good team.
on it quickly, and it was great sweeping. They held it up, they get it by, and look at this action.
Great.
It's what she wanted to play, it's what she did play, and she got the result she wanted.
I'm just getting curled. I think my hand is fine.
Hey, touch more.
And as you say, it's a complete package here. It's the front end, their setup shots. Front end of their brushing has been terrific. Hey, Ray?
Just chewing a little at the moment.
I got that donut.
Okay, Victor. You've thrown out the glove.
There you go. Can I sneak it by? No. Now, need it to spill in.
Oh, dear.
Now have a look. It is 2 yellow. Then from bad to worse for Cathy King as she got it started. Horn and Bomer trying to save it, and they can't, and then she can't spill it off that one, and the 2 stones, 4-foot, T-line, 8-foot, steal of 2, 7-2 Fowlie. And as we go to break, all the teams would like to take a moment to thank their local sponsors.
The 2001 Canadian Curling Trials on TSN are brought to you by the all-new 2002 Toyota RAV4. You belong outside.
Updating the game between Michelle Ridgway and Sherry Fraser as they play in 7 and 6-4. Ridgway leading, playing the Redstones. Final stone for the skip from the Cali Club here in Regina. The run back, and the shooter will hang around. The Ray Stone won't go far enough. She gets 1-7-4. Ridgway leads there. Oh, Holland steals 2 and 6 to lead Kelly Law. And as they play in the 7th, that was our update, of course. Our featured game, 7-2. Fowlie gets 2 more there on the steal. Anderson by 1 over LaRouche as they play in 7. And Jones by 4 over Medall. So in the 7th, Colleen Jones with the hammer. As we come back to the Agrodome, and we're going to go to the game between Ridgway and Fraser as they go to the 8th, 7-4. Ridgway playing Redstones. Sherry Fraser out of the Richmond, BC Curling Club with the hammer in the 8th.
Line's good, lots of room. Well,
of course, you know that should something develop between King and Fowlie, we'll go right back there. You won't miss a thing with Canada's most comprehensive curling coverage.
Show back 8. Okay.
Familiar pattern that we see, a team that's ahead bringing their rocks into the house, and Sherry Fraser with the last rock and looking to score, putting up a guard. Now they need to rearrange those Redstones, try to move them back.
Christine Jurgensen throws the lead stone for this Fraser team of Corey Beveridge, Diane McLean, and skip Sherry Fraser. Ridgway, Joan Stricker at lead, Roberta Materi, Laurie Kaler, and Michelle Ridgway out of the Cali Club in Regina. Second stones, and this is Roberta Materi.
yep. Hurry hard. Hurry, right up. Atta girl, Bert.
Coming into this 6th draw, it was Anderson and Law on top. Law right now is losing, though, to Holland, and then you had the bunch at 2 losses, Fowlie, Jones, Madaw, and Ridgway. And on the bottom half of things, you still had Marie-France LaRouche looking for her first win, 0-5. This the first of the second stones for Fraser. Second, Corey Beveridge.
Yep, right up, guys, right up, right up.
There's a nice peel off of the guard, and Sherry tries to put it back.
Clean, clean, yep. Yes. Great throws, Bert. Good job, Bert.
It's been a struggle for Sherry Fraser's team, and when you look down the shooting percentages and try to check out how they have done over their various games, it's all 4 players prior to this game. Nice numbers for Corey, but all 4 players coming into this game were near the bottom of the standings. And that is not positions we normally see for Christine Jurgensen and Corey Beveridge for sure. We've seen them many times at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, but also Diane McLean and Sherry Fraser. And for Michelle Ridgway, sometimes you look, Ray, for one thing that happens in the week that turns your week around. And I think for the moment anyways, for Lori, Michelle, and the girls, it was the win over Marie-France Larouche where they stole the game away. And sometimes that little momentum change is all you need.
Oh, for sure. And it was a game that that the young team from Quebec really controlled, had complete control
Well,
until
maybe not, Di.
10th end, and then they went the extra end, and Michelle stole it in the extra end. So it was a moment that really you take it and you carry it a long way.
McLean. He throws the third stone
Halfway.
for the Fraser team.
Halfway. Oh, that's good. Well, let it die. Sit down, baby. Okay.
Game between Jones and Madaw. Jones with a 6-2 lead as they play the 7th, and Colleen Jones, the reigning Canadian world champion, in control here, has a chance to hit for a couple against Cherry Madaw. And there it is, 2 more in 7. And that's it for Madaw. She'll shake. And it's an 8-2 final as Jones now goes to 4-2, Madaw to 3-3. So we have our first final in draw 6.
Not a girl.
Nice pick off the face. That's nice curling.
Just back forward, Di.
Trying to tap it back.
Line's good. Back 4. Ball. Yep. Yep. Hurry. Hard, guys. Hard. Little bump. Little bump. There you go.
Nice weight, but the line wasn't quite perfect.
Wasn't expecting it to head off like that. Yeah.
It's basically sold out every day here, and you have to really admire the work that the ice people have done, because the ice is just held. It's not real cold out, as we've mentioned. Our weatherman Dick has mentioned on a number of occasions. He keeps our country up to date with the weather everywhere we go. He's now working in a greenhouse.
That's right. No, the weather is, and it's been fluctuating. It hasn't. There's been a little bit of dusting and snow. It's going to get warmer towards the weekend, though. That's what they're saying.
It hasn't been frightful, has it?
No, it has not, actually. The weather's, for this time of year in Saskatchewan, has been terrific.
Should be good. Okay,
Well, they were
curling.
They were golfing as late as about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, we were golfing at home too. The Berries have had a very nice fall.
Just freeze, yeah.
Michelle and Lori have played together quite a while, but are making a very nice duo as third and skip. And Michelle, we saw good numbers for her in this game. She seems to be getting stronger every game. Not a bad spot for Sherry right now. The one red stone in the house belonging to Michelle Ridgway is behind the tee line.
Line's good. Line's good, guys. Clean it. Clean. Line's good.
Corey Beveridge on the left. Here's Christine Jurgensen on the right with Diane McLean calling the line.
Looking for that freeze.
Pretty nice.
Thanks.
It's kind of. I think we just swallow it, hey?
I mean, there is enough, but we have to hit it here. Eh?
Yeah.
There's enough room to squeeze it out. But
I don't know. I mean, she may have a shot anyways if we don't stick it perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Because this one's here.
Yeah. I mean, I guess skinny it goes here too. It'll go like.
Yeah, it will.
Which do you like better?
I think across the face. Okay. We got lots of room, like we got to there, right?
across the face, is that what they mean?
Yeah.
Coming that way?
So are we throwing it through that?
Yeah, same. Yeah, we got lots of room.
We'll be back with you at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific for Draw 6 of men's play. And John Morris, who suffered that heartbreaking loss to Russ Howard last night, bounced back with a win this morning. And he goes against Bert Gretzinger, the former Canadian world champion when he played with Rick Folk. Gretzinger coming off a loss.
Across the face, trying to drive it this way is what she talked about.
We looked at how much space there was by the guard. She has to get by the guard fairly closely to get it across the face.
Final stone, Michelle Ridgway come across the face. And now is there the
little
quiet
tap
tap for two.
It was a good call. When they knew it wasn't going to curl enough, they tried to stick it so that at least the red rock was shot stone.
Get Chris to have a look at it.
So what Sherry is going to decide is who's shot, and if she's not shot, then she'll come down and just try and tap this back just so slightly to pick up her 2 points.
I know.
From
If
that,
she is shot, then sorry, Victor.
Sorry.
Just give me 1 or 2 seconds a game.
Would you like a donut?
And if she's shot, of course, you could just come down and draw for the 2.
Well, from this view overhead, it looks like red is shot.
I need a tiny bit more weight, don't I? Yeah. Yeah.
didn't sweep it.
Okay. All right. Where did I come out? Is that where I came out? Yeah.
Aha.
No. You know who shot? Who shot?
So future curler, what year Olympics would that be that we would be trying for?
I won't have to worry about it.
Just a tiny bit less, Diane.
Final stone. Quiet tap.
Little tap for 2, Victor.
Clean.
Now Christine Jurgensen came down the ice and said, really, you just have to give us the same shot and we'll brush it. It all depends on the line now.
Beveridge and Jurgensen.
Now it's curling.
Over curling. And this will definitely mean it's red. So a steal of 1 for Ridgway here in 8 when it appeared to be set up for a possible 2 for Fraser. And that is a big turn. Instead of 7-6, it's now 8-4.
Yeah, hang in there. Stay tough.
Want to update what's going on in the game we started with here in the 6th draw of women's play. Heather Fowlie against Cathy King, and you can see King is lying one top 4, and this is a draw for 2 for the former Canadian champion, curling out of the Otwell Curling Club in Edmonton, the 98 Canadian champion, former 2-time Canadian junior champ. And it's been a struggle really for the entire team, and now did they leave it too long? It looks like it may start to dig in, and yeah, well, you can see the reaction from Kate Horn. 7-3, she could have had 2, she settles for a single. 7-3. Colleen Jones is a winner, so she goes to 4-2. Madaw is now 3-3. Anderson by 2 with a steal in 7 over Marie-France LaRouche. We'll keep our eye on that. We'll keep our eye on this as well as Ridgway now with the steal leads by 4. And this is where we will go now, and we'll look at this game with Amber Holland leading Kelly Law 6-5 as they go to 8. And Holland, playing the Redstones, does have the hammer. Holland comes in with a record of 1-4. She's out of the Cali Club here in Regina, and playing Kelly Law at 4-1. Tied for first place with Sherry Anderson heading into the draw. And Law, the former Canadian and world champion from the Royal City Curling Club, New Westminster, BC.
Well, this has been a game with lots of rocks, Linda. Every end we've looked over there, we just take a look over there. There are rocks all over the place. So this end, no exception.
Okay, it's fine.
There was some guards up and some very careful maneuvering, but we saw Karen Purdy actually a moment ago peel off a guard, and now we just saw the thirds come up to play, and that was Julie Skinner making a hit. She was actually trying for the long double, getting the one at the back of the 12, but didn't quite do it.
Just on top. Yep, just the roll.
Looking for the hit and roll on this here. Try and roll right over on top of this one right here.
Whoa.
Get more. Gotta wait. Gotta wait.
Yep, double, yep. Yep. Quick.
Kay Montgomery.
Quick.
1, 2.
Plan B.
And right to the corner, and it'll just spin off. Line 2, Holland with the hammer here in 8.
Like this?
That worked out pretty well.
I guess it's what I want to throw, right? This one back here too. I know.
Hit and roll or the freeze?
By freeze, it could be trouble if they make a double.
If you're on this side of it. If you're on that side of it, they got nothing. If you're right on the nose, you're okay.
Yeah. Well, let's play the freeze. Yeah. Does that look? Okay, right on it.
You heard the conversation. They're going to play the freeze, and you heard Julie talk about where it has to be, where she has to put it. It's got to be just over here like this, right in there.
Okay. Try to sit right on top.
Too much to the center line side would allow Amber to hit it and perhaps remove both of the yellow stones, and that would be big trouble. Amber Holland has the hammer in this end. And those are not numbers we normally see for Kelly. It's one of the top skips here.
We haven't been with this game, but I saw a couple of missed draws.
Hard, guys. Hard. Hurry.
Georgina Wheatcroft and Diane Nelson, the front end of this team from the Royal City and New Westminster, trying to drag it right to the face if they can.
Sweeping, guys.
And it'll be shot stone, and it has backing.
She got it to the right side, just needed it to come a little bit more.
If I hit this thin, we're not losing that because it's going there. So we just have to hit and roll there. Well, in order to get this over here, we have to. Thick it's not, though. Might just hit it on the side. I think I just like that, hey?
This
You
is
like
going to
that?
go.
Little left.
She wants to roll over here.
Half rock. Well,
This rock here will jam on the
little
rock
left,
that's
I think.
right
I don't think it's going to curl that much, do you?
there. The 12
Little
foot.
left. Just normal, hey? Yeah. Half rock's good. Well, you know, if our back red one isn't going anywhere, it's going on the one back 12. So if we can keep my shooter roll over, that'd be nice too. Do you know what I mean? Keep my shooter back 8 behind our other one. Just normal.
Amber Holland, the former Canadian junior champion.
Oh,
1992. Move it far enough. She did. To line 2, and she had it well read, Ray, in terms of the stone action.
Very nice shot. She wanted to save the shooter a little bit, but it works out just as well, I think, Linda.
She's setting up for a 2. If that's your original goal, it's still looking pretty good.
Oh, shit. Huh? We go right here.
She hammers it. If we're out counting that one. Yeah, we're shot worse. So
Right here? Yeah, I think right there. How's that? We don't want to over curl. You guys like this?
That's where you'd like it.
Do you like this?
Can we get shot?
No, not frozen.
We don't want to be frozen. Just want to go back to it.
To be shot rock, they cannot come right to the face of that red stone. They'd have to leave a little gap.
You can take a look at the other one when you're coming. You can see it on the screen there. Okay, guys. Right to them.
Be the final stone for Kelly Law in this 8th, trailing 6-5. Amber Holland playing the red stones, does have the hammer, and right now line 2.
Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go!
And here the front end even saying gotta go, so it's up to Nelson on the left, Wheatcroft on the right, trying to drag it right down to the face.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right to it, she said.
Whoa.
To draw for 2 for Amber.
Well, either just the nose or just draw down to it. It's their shot right now. Or can we get? Is this who's here? Okay. Just the nose then?
Well, a little bit. Did we get the nose? Yeah, that's all. We'll count right out.
Yeah. Just a little bit on your side, Pat.
Looks like redstone is shot rock, so the
Yeah, just a
discussion
tad.
was, do we play down to the yellow one,
Just throw
get our
normal,
2,
okay? Just normal.
throw at it, nose it? Well, how do we get it, or just draw for 2? It looks like Ray's just going to hit it. That would certainly decide if there was any question who was shot rock.
I don't think it's even close, but nose hit gets her the 2. Draw gets it to her as well, whatever she feels, I guess.
Close.
Patty Bell closest to the stone. Karen Purdy out in front. Kay Montgomery will call the line. And that's a definite 2 for Amber Holland here in 8. And so the team out of the Cali Club, the Caledonian Curling Club, leads the former Canadian and world champion by 3.
Hi, I'm Bert Gretzinger. Watch us tonight on TSN.
7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. We'll watch Gretz against John Morris in draw 6 of men's play. And the game we started with here in draw 6 is over now as Heather Fowlie will win it
Great. Good work, guys.
over Cathy King. So her record goes now to 3-3, and, or pardon me, I've got it wrong. Fowlie goes to 4-2, and King drops to 2-4.
3 + 1 is 4.
I graduated from your math class, my friend. Same one. I just. So it's a 3-point lead for Amber Holland over Kelly Law, as Holland looks to play a bit of a giant killer here, knock off one of the co-leaders in Law, who is tied with Sherry Anderson, and Holland at 4 losses. Linda still trying to keep herself alive, as we see teams now starting to come back a little bit.
And her team has struggled. Karen Purdy is a fine player and has played at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, but it's Amber herself who is really impressed so far. She's sitting at an overall percentage coming in to this game at 82%, and she has not had easy shots necessarily. She has made some great shots, and she's giving Kelly Law all sorts of trouble.
Just split.
Just playing to split the Red Rock over, trying to end up with 2 corner guards.
And we can tell you it was an 8-3 win for Fowlie, 8-3 over Cathy King.
Okay.
Good shot, George.
Just hit it a little too hard, Linda.
Yeah, we're going there. Yep. Clean. Whoa, gotta move. Okay. That's okay.
So here are all the scores late now in this 6th draw. Ridgway by 4 over Fraser. Fowlie wins. She goes to 4-2. Anderson is leading here, so considering what's happening to Law, she could be alone in first place. And Jones with the win goes to 4-2. Maddaw drops to 3-3.
Kelly looking for a front stone. This is going to slip a little too far.
You want to stay, Kate? You like the peel? Or do you like this? Peel?
Just get rid of it and roll the shooter out, or do you want to hang around? Of course, Amber Holland looking to defend the lead, doesn't want too many rocks in play.
Hard. Quick.
Hurry.
Quick.
Hurry.
Yep. Right over. Yep. Whoa. Okay, that's good.
And with 2 finals, these are the standings updated for you. Jones is up. Heather Fowlie comes up. Sherry Maddaw drops to 3 losses. And Cathy King drops to 4.
Yes, line.
Trying to freeze on the face of the stone, just behind the tee line. Curl a little too much.
Okay.
Same weight, that's good.
Amber Holland and her team next face Sherry Anderson. Whether or not 4 losses is too many for Amber, if she continues on to win this one and sits at 2-4. This is a very talented team, and there's a lot to be said. Whoops, a little mistake there, but a lot to be said for them, so that whether it's staying in this hunt or if it's knocking off teams from the top of the standings.
Exactly.
Julie Skinner.
And Julie and her team next face Colleen Jones. So if they can't regroup and win this game, they have another tough one tomorrow morning.
Out there. No. Yeah. Yep. A little bit. Yes.
I think everybody would be brushing that, don't you think, Linda?
I would have brought it a little further.
Well, I like there now, okay? Let's not play with the back one. Let's just hit the block here. Yeah? Well, but that one cake. We can't do that. Either we gotta go real thin or thick. Half doesn't do it.
Yeah, and then that take the freeze off
Right.
here too. Mine just come around. So.
The nose and double, well, no. It's gotta go this side. A little bit more. Just normal. Just off nose, hey? We got the jam, guys.
Doesn't want to hit it, obviously.
Three quarters
doesn't want to
is okay,
hit
but
back onto that one.
Just off nose, they don't have the freeze
wants to hit
again.
it right through here.
Skip Stones in the 9th. And the first from Amber Holland.
Sorry, guys.
Sports Center, the next edition, 6:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Pacific. Rod Smith has it for you.
So I think I better throw like.
But with the
like a split
with the miss, obviously,
so
you wish
we've gotta get a good
you
chunk of
had
it.
swept this stone a little bit more and gotten it back a bit further. But what the opportunity to do here is to come down on this one here on your own stone and split it back onto that, pushing that back that way, and try and just roll the shooter on so you lie
Split it on.
two.
Now, because of the positioning of these stones, it's actually going to take a little bit of weight. I'm not sure if back 8 will even do it, and you have to remember that we're getting into the later part of the game, and it may not be as lively in the rings.
Where are you?
Gotta go!
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Close!
Close!
Yes! Hurry!
Hurry!
Hard!
Hurry!
Quick!
Pretty nice shot.
To line 2, it appears. Another final. And Michelle Ridgway out of the Cali and Regina is an 8-4 winner over Sherry Fraser from the Richmond, BC Curling Club. And so Ridgway goes to 4-2, Fraser 2-4.
Nose is fine.
Nose hit will do it. Give you the double. Get rid of them both.
That's why I was thinking that maybe they play a little more weight and try and roll away, but it was still a very nice shot.
Wasn't it?
That was bad.
Clean it.
Look out.
Swing out, go too far, and they got away with it.
I would have given up 3 if they jammed that. Draw for 2 for Kelly Law. Those are the ones that, as brushers, Linda, you're always aware of what the rocks are around the rings, and those are one of the brushers you're holding your breath all the way down.
That's right.
I thought I threw that one good. Still didn't move.
That's sheet A, and we've talked about this last night, that it's closest to the stands, and sometimes the heat will come down over the sheet, and the frost builds up a little bit on that.
Move the broom over to here.
It's been great. There's been very little frost at all, but it does straighten up on that side.
Yeah,
Linda, you talked about that a few games ago. We discussed that.
Yeah, very definitely the one side of the sheet has a straight spot on the outside, and that got Amber caught a little bit. So it's a draw for 2.
Yeah, we got lots.
Line's fine.
Got lots, guys.
Now, maybe a little stickier at this part of the game, latter part of the ends. Beginning of the game, that might be all the way through.
For 2 for Law in the 9th. And so we'll go to 10. Holland leads by 1. She also has the hammer.
Yeah.
The 2001 Canadian Curling Trials on TSN are brought to you by the all-new 2002 Toyota RAV4. You belong outside.
7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. We're back with you, and it'll be draw 6 for the men of these Canadian Curling Trials. And John Morris will face Bert Gretzinger. Gretzinger losing his first this morning after starting at 4-0. Russ Howard was also on top at 4 straight wins, but he lost this morning too. So everybody's lost now on the men's side.
Well, we kind of anticipated that, and I think you're going to find the same thing here in the women's division. I think to go through this with this kind of a feel, to go through undefeated is a long shot.
I think 2 losses looks very good for first place still.
Whoa, guys, just leave it. Just leave it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
First rock was not into the rings, and then Amber Holland's team just ticked it. Look, now it is in the house, so they can take it out.
You got half? Half rock? Okay, normal.
That was the trouble with having it quite so close to the rings in this situation. Now, if they do hit the top one and knock it off, then it comes back.
Yep. Yep. Quick! Quick! Hard! Quick, 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 quick!
Patty Bell.
Yep.
Get it by, they do, and they'll roll the shooter away too. So here's how it was going in, with Anderson and Law tied for first. But Anderson is winning and Law is losing right now. Jones wins, Fowlie wins, Ridgway wins. Adaw, Fraser, King, they're losing. Holland is winning, could pick up her second, and LaRouche is in danger of losing her 6th in a row.
Line's great, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice come around by Georgina Wheatcroft.
Okay.
Bill.
Didn't take long for Amber to get up there, did it, Linda? Get this off.
Yeah, Team Law does know how to steal. They've stolen
easy.
2 points twice so far this week.
Clean.
They wouldn't mind a steal of one and another end either.
The rock out in front, center line.
Line's tight.
to the center. Yep. Yep. Hurry. Hard, guys, hard. Okay, it's good, it's good. Okay, the shot.
Perfect guard.
Karen Purdy.
Yep, gotta go. Quick. Yep. Quick. Yep. Quick. Yep. Hard. Yep. Stay on. Gotta stay on it. Okay, that's good.
Run back works, but it leaves the center guard.
That was a nice plan B.
It was. Exchanges the colors, but still leaves a rock out front for Julie Skinner to come around.
Lots of line, guys.
Line's good.
Line's good. Yes, for line.
Again, disappointing numbers, or numbers we wouldn't necessarily or normally see, Linda.
Well, coming into it, Dick, she was at 84% in the top third.
Okay.
Think this again, hey? Straight field.
Well, for the moment, Sherry Anderson has moved into first place as she goes to 5-1 with a 6-4 win over Marie-France LaRouche, who has yet to win.
Of course, Sherry Anderson has already beaten Kelly Law, so even if they ended up tied at the end of round robin play, Vic, Sherry would get the bye to the final because of that round robin victory.
Amber making no mistake here, not trying to run anything back at that stage, just trying to get it off the center line. That's one of those ones where if you hit it just off the nose and you just miss the back one, now you got two guards out front. So with the 1-point lead, making sure she tries to have a shot with her last one.
Lots of line.
Julie Skinner looking for the guard.
Lots of line, lots of line. Looks like tons of weight. Whoa, it's coming in, guys. Don't sweep it. Yeah, no, it's just got to get to center.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't want it in the rings. He wanted it out in front, just too strong.
Try the double, hey?
This way.
You like going this way? Here. Normal.
Kay Montgomery, who probably looks across the Agrodome and sees Sherry Anderson. Used to play with Sherry a few years ago, and seeing Sherry doing very well here at these curling trials.
Okay, just peel. Alrighty.
There.
A little bit of a break allows Kelly Law to play the guard again.
Going halfway.
Yeah.
Once the guard is up, Amber will have to make a decision about how she wants to approach this. I believe with the 1-point lead, I know what she's going to do, but you never know. I would think peeling it right off to the last rock.
Was it and not get the back one either. So I was.
She looks pretty cool, right? Amber does.
She doesn't cover it. Are we playing it this time?
It's an interesting thought. If the guard doesn't go on properly, do you go after the shot stone?
That's what I was talking about, that depending on where this goes, I would be interested to see what she did. I would assume they would still peel because of the situation on the scoreboard.
Hard.
Is this one, Ray, where maybe if you're Law, you say, we're just going to maybe throw it.
Leave a little?
Leave a little. Leave a hook. Like that.
Well, that's not a hook, though, because it's in the rings.
Good.
Try it, hey?
Yeah, there's no way she'd consider not hitting this. She can make the double here and basically end the game, leave herself a wide open hit for the win.
Okay, 3/4 on the outside.
Amber Holland, of course, a
Just normal.
favorite with the crowd, being from Regina, the Cali Club, as Victor's mentioned. In-turn run-through. Try and get them both if you can.
Bell and Purdy trying to hold it, did they?
Great shot. Oh,
yeah.
Actually, a bit too much sweeping.
yeah. And I thought it would move a little more than that, didn't you, Linda? Just the house is a little flat, I guess.
But I didn't want to nose it and jam.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's okay. Gets it off.
They wanted it to come to the nose a little bit more because look, as it goes by the other one, it's going at too steep an angle and just touches it.
Right here?
I actually thought that she had a better piece of it the back one, obviously,
Yes.
by my comment. I thought it was...
It looked like when it first made contact with the first one, it was going to be fine, but that rock's still at the back of the 4.
This isn't all bad either. No, but I'm just saying, what about
Yeah,
right,
well, that's what I'm thinking.
there?
Like, if we leave this one wide open, she'll just come down to it, right? No.
So right there, just on center, right there. And if we end up short, we're fine, right? Yeah. Right? If you end up right here. Good.
Well, this isn't even bad. Make her draw. Because then she's got it. She's close to that.
I'd rather have her hit it.
Oh, well.
This cuts it off. Yeah, and let's play the center line side, right?
All right.
She does decide to draw. I think we need a little more ice, Kelly.
Well, for the moment, she's in first place. Sherry Anderson is at 5-1. Kelly Law started the day tied for first, but in danger of losing here, although
Center line. Well, that's the
she
same.
gets a break on that last shot by Holland and is trying to set it up for a possible steal, maybe even a win here.
And as a skip, this is a little bit of your gut feeling. What do you want to make your opponent do? Do you want to leave her something where she'll go after a rock that's maybe only partly open, or do you want to force her to draw? So I believe they decided to put it at the top of the 8-foot on center line. That'll leave a piece of the back one open, and then Amber would have to make a decision.
With the one up late, you almost bet that she's going to be trying the double of some nature, Linda.
That's right.
Gotta go, you heard them say. Nelson, closest to the stone on the left. Wheatcroft out in front.
Yes! Okay, we're close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, easy, easy.
Those brushers are pretty good judges. I wouldn't be, yeah.
A little too deep.
That's what happens sometimes when the skip gets a little anxious and follows them down. I think maybe called a little bit too much brushing.
Yeah, if they leave that a little bit, it's going to curl a little bit more, Lyndon, so you're going to have half of the back one, and it's going to be on the center line. You're going to be in the 8-foot, and they're not so close. I mean, this is a double for Amber, and
just about the same spot she just saw with her last hit.
Yeah.
And she was being a little cautious with the last one because she didn't want the shooter to stick. This time she's just going for the nose.
Well, this crowd at the Agrodome in Regina has seen 2 Saskatchewan teams win already in this 6th draw with Sherry Anderson and Michelle Ridgway. And it is the only game left. Really to keep herself alive, keep herself at 4 losses. Amber Holland, final stone.
Needs to come up to the nose.
Now Purdy and Bell for the double. Jam it, roll it, and I'm not sure.
I think she's okay.
Skinner will give us the word. Julie will look. Montgomery will look, the 2/3. But it does look like it's red.
Is it a measurement or is it not?
My first one doing. I know.
I saw it.
From this angle, it does look red.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was afraid of my
But they're
first
going
one
to
doing.
measure.
How's the danger of that Kelly bringing her rock too far?
That's what I was afraid of.
And they won't even measure as Law says it is red, and so Holland will sweat it out.
Good luck to you guys. Thanks.
Picking up one more here in 10, and Holland wins it.
Hey, good job.
9-7 over Law. And so Law drops to 4-2. Holland stays alive. She's now 2-4 through 6 draws of women's play here at the curling trials. So Sherry Anderson with her win is alone in first place. And look at them bunched now. Law, Jones, Fowlie, Ridgway, all at 2 losses. And then Madaw at 3. Fraser, King, Holland, and LaRouche still looking for win number 1.